Ladies and gentlemen, as always, hanging out with the crazy one, the crazy Cherokee.
Hey, you know what I mean?
What's up, bro? This is my man Marion Meadows. We've known each other since 1983. Almost got stuck in St. Croix together.
We sure did. Well, actually, we did get stuck in St. Croix, but we made it out.
And I think one of the guys, like, he was so frustrated, he threw his bass amp in the ocean, right?
In the river.
That's what you call frustrated.
Well, you know, that just goes to show you that perseverance and a little practice can get you out of a jam.
89 was your first record?
Actually, 1990.
Yeah. Cool. And how many discs do you have out now, man?
12.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
And I put mine out in 1988, and we've been rolling ever since, bro.
Well, because you know you had yours out, and I was actually over in England and bragging about you to a friend of mine. She was a female who was she was a lawyer. They call them barristers there, and she goes, "I got this record. So I've got this record by this great keyboardist. His name's Bob Baldwin, and you know." I'm trying to be cool, and I go, "That's my boy." So, you know.
Tony, man, well, where are you headed to next, man?
Well, I'm going to go. I moved to Hawaii recently, so I'm going to head back to Maui, spend some time, regroup, and get ready to start. You know, maybe thinking about doing this next project. So,
okay.
You know, of course, you know I go work together. We always
put the brother down as always, man. Now you're no longer with Concord. Tell me the story behind that.
Well, you know, I decided to resign from the record companies. I think the vision now is one that, after all these years of doing what we do, honing our craft and keeping up with the technology of today, along with the ability to socially network and keep control of our you know rights as writers and stuff. It's just time for us to move forward to, I think, especially for jazz artists, moving to the next arena, which is in control of what we do, keeping a closer watch over our fans, keeping them more in the loop, and therefore ultimately making our careers flourish even more. You know.
Where do you think smooth jazz, as they call it today, where do you think that's headed?
I never liked the name smooth jazz. For people who know me, I never liked the name smooth jazz. Not that I'm a rebel, but I just never liked that name because I thought that was a name that we all had to, you know, attach to. And when we came up playing contemporary jazz music, we were simply handed the torch from guys like Grover Washington, you know, the Chick Corea.
Who was far from Chick Corea was far from smooth.
Yeah, and you know, we were contemporary jazz artists. You know, the electric component came onto the scene. The whole everything that had to do with, you know, taking it to the next level was what we were handed.
Right.
And so then someone came along and put a title on it. I never liked it, and so kind of glad to actually see it kind of go away. And you know, you have the new urban jazz is something I think is a much more credible title, because this is, I always say in my show, what kind of music did we grow up listening to? Of course we came up listening to Miles Davis and John Coltrane and Duke Ellington, but at the same time we listened to Earth, Wind and Fire and Shaka Khan and Aretha Franklin and Chicago and all the
Funkadelic.
Couldn't have come up at a better musical time than we did. We were blessed.
Right. Yeah.
So for the music to be infused into what we do is just a credit to the kind of music that we were raised in.
We were at Extravagant Tastes in Rockland County, New York. They actually have jazz here every once in a while, every like 25 years. Rockland County is where Doc Powell and James Crabb Robinson and Chuck Loeb, they used to hang out in these mountains.
Up in these
I guess there's nothing else to do up here but to practice.
Well, you know, hey, I got a mall up here. Matter of fact, Nanuet Mall was one of the earliest malls in America.
We can go there tomorrow if you want. They got a hot belt shop for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bob Baldwin hanging out with my good friend Marion Meadows of many, many years. And thanks for coming up and hanging out with us, bro.
Bob, always, brother.